Good afternoon. First of all, I want to welcome Governor Stein and his team to Central Piedmont Community College and to all of you today for taking the time to join us. We are proud to host this press conference and this conversation today at Central Piedmont, and I couldn't have imagined a better place or a better location for today's press conference. And yes, we did order up the weather. You're welcome. At Central Piedmont, we deliver almost 300 programs with a strong and ever-growing enrollment. And this year, as of this morning, we have exceeded 56,000 students this year. So we are so excited about the impact that we make here in our community. As many know, we serve as the workforce and talent engine for this community, ensuring our students are well prepared for their careers of choice and to be leaders in this great community. This includes leaders in public safety that are in service to our communities. Central Piedmont has proudly offered public safety training for more than 50 years, and we will continue to expand programming and our facilities to ensure our first responders who support us in this community each and every day have the training that they need. We believe in not only preparing these community servants, and I want to say that again, it is a large workforce who keeps us safe, but these are public servants. And we will continue to make sure that they have the skills that they need to do the job, but also the integrity and the leadership behaviors that are so important as they move to become firefighters, law enforcement officers, and EMTs right here in Charlotte, Mecklenburg. We are expanding facilities in our thriving county, this great Mecklenburg County, both in the north and south parts of our service area. We're going to offer more hands-on and cross-collaborative training opportunities for our agency partners. And we continue to work side by side with those agencies across the county to understand how their training needs are evolving every day. We look forward to all that is ahead in the future for those in public safety and service, and we want to take a moment and thank them for their dedicated service. Please join me in thanking them. So I want to invite our Dean of Public Safety, Luke Sell, to come, and I'd ask the governor to step forward. We'd like to present him today one of our very first coins that has been designed to just really commemorate all the things that we've done, but in the future of public safety at Central Piedmont in all of those areas that we are serving. So Governor, on behalf of Central Piedmont, this is our Dean, Luke Sell. Thank you so much for your continued support. So with that, it is my pleasure not only to host today, but to yield the podium. We've had a great privilege and honor to host the governor and his team multiple times on our campuses throughout the years and certainly in the last year plus. And we appreciate the governor's commitment not only to higher education and workforce development, but economic opportunity. And yes, his dedication to public safety. And we also appreciate his continued support of Central Piedmont and the 58 great community colleges across our state. So would you please join me in welcoming to the podium the Honorable Josh Stein, the 76th Governor of North Carolina.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, President Diedemeyer, for your hospitality, for your kind introduction, and the weather. Good afternoon, everybody. It is wonderful to be back on the campus of Central Piedmont Community College. Our 58 community colleges across North Carolina are creating pipelines of opportunity for students in many different fields. Whether it's in the culinary arts building behind us, and by the way, their cookies are amazing, or the basic law enforcement training, CPCC is a wonderful example of an institution changing lives. I'm pleased to be joined this afternoon by Master Trooper Whit Eford and by Chief of Staff of the State Bureau of Investigation, Brent Culbertson. On January 31st, an 11-year-old boy in Holly Springs was on a pond, icy pond, and he fell through. Fortunately, Holly Springs officer Percy Evans was nearby. He immediately rushed to the scene, jumped in the water, and rescued that boy. He saved his life. But it wasn't the first time he'd saved someone's life. In 2019, he raced into a burning building to rescue a woman trapped inside. Saving lives is what heroes do. That's the kind of thing that so many of our state law enforcement officers do on a daily and weekly basis. Just as they step up to protect and serve us, so must we step up to support them. Many of you know that North Carolina is the only state in the United States that did not pass a full budget last year. But you may not know that the state has not passed a full budget in 2.5 years. A growing, thriving state like North Carolina cannot just limp along. We face certain critical needs that require immediate attention. That's why I have proposed, and the General Assembly must pass, a $1.4 billion critical needs budget. This critical needs budget includes $211 million going to urgent needs in public safety. To keep people safe, we need more well-trained officers on the beat in their communities, building trust and relationships. And to hire and keep the best people, we must adequately compensate them. But we don't. North Carolina ranks 49th in the country in starting pay for our state troopers. So it shouldn't be a surprise to anyone that we have more than 270 vacant trooper positions. We're losing out on talented, service-minded people to other states, local governments, and other types of jobs because we do not pay our troopers enough. The state also ranks 49th in the country in starting pay for correctional officers. Again, it should be no surprise that the Department of Adult Correction has only half of the correctional officers needed to safely operate our state prisons. We're asking people to put themselves in a very demanding, albeit rewarding job, and asking their families to sacrifice on our behalf so that they can earn less money than they would if they worked at a Costco. In this critical needs budget, I am calling for a 10% increase in all correctional officer, trooper, and other state law enforcement officer pay. And while we're addressing salaries for our public safety officials, we need to make the Department of Adult Corrections whole. The DAC has approximately 1,000 more inmates today than it did just 3 years ago. Healthcare costs have increased by over 10% in that 3-year period of time. Meanwhile, the state has not passed a budget in 2.5 years. As a result, the department is facing a serious structural budget deficit, even with its significant efforts to cut and manage expenses. For the past year, the Department of Adult Corrections has been forced into the untenable position of having to ask their vendors to float them, the state of North Carolina, on its bills. This is unacceptable. In the same vein, we must fully fund the State Bureau of Investigations. The SBI caseload has gone up dramatically in recent years. In just 1 year period, they had a 21% increase in investigations. Their budget, however, has not gone up to match. The SBI is investigating some of the most serious crimes in our state: drug and human trafficking, financial crimes, hostage situation, murder, and more. It is ridiculous that the State Bureau of Investigation is being asked to operate in the red. Entering the field of law enforcement is not a choice that anyone makes lightly. It's hard work. It's underappreciated work. It's dangerous work. But it is meaningful and essential work. I urge the General Assembly to invest in our law enforcement officers because nothing is more important than keeping our people safe. I thank you for your time and attention, and I will now invite forward first Master Trooper Whit Eford of the State Highway Patrol, and then Chief of Staff Brent Culbertson with the State Bureau of Investigation. Master Trooper Eford.
Good afternoon, and thank you, Governor Stein. It's an honor to be here and speaking with you on this issue today. I'm proud to stand here as a member of the North Carolina State Highway Patrol, representing the men and women who put the uniform on every day to serve and protect the people of this great state. My fellow troopers work long hours, they face dangerous situations, and make tremendous sacrifices to keep North Carolina roads safe To us, it's not just a job, it's a commitment to public service and the communities we call home. But like many law enforcement agencies across the state and country, we're facing real challenges when it comes to recruiting and retaining the next generation of troopers. The work is demanding, and the expectations placed on our members are understandably high. To continue attracting qualified, dedicated individuals who are willing to answer the calling, we must ensure that our compensation reflects both the responsibility of the job and the value our troopers bring to the people of North Carolina. Competitive pay is essential if we want to bring new recruits into the patrol and keep experienced troopers from leaving for other opportunities. Every time we lose a trooper, we lose years of experience and leadership that help keep our highways and communities safe. That's why we are grateful for the efforts being made here to address this issue. I want to thank Governor Josh Stein and members of the North Carolina General Assembly for recognizing the importance of investing into public safety and for their work to support law enforcement officers across our state. By continuing to prioritize meaningful pay increases for our troopers, you're not only supporting the men and women who serve today, you're also helping ensure that the North Carolina State Highway Patrol remains strong for generations to come. On behalf of my fellow troopers, our families, thank you for your leadership, your partnership, and the safety for North Carolina. Thank you. Now we'll bring up SBI Chief of Staff Brent Culbertson.
Good afternoon. My name is Brent Culbertson. I serve as the Chief of Staff for the North Carolina State Bureau of Investigation. We at the SBI are extremely grateful to Governor Stein to have been included in his critical needs budget request. These funds that have been requested specifically for the SBI are mission critical for our agency in order to better serve our law enforcement partners and keep people safe across the state of North Carolina. The State Bureau of Investigations was founded in 1937 and provides investigative and technical assistance to a variety of law enforcement partners. Our role and essential mission is to serve. In the last year, we have endeavored to do just that. To serve our sheriffs, our police chiefs, our district attorneys across the state of North Carolina who call on us daily to be a support. Like Governor Stein said, we help solve and prevent serious crimes like homicides, transnational criminal organizations that traffic drugs into our state, internet crimes against children, and human trafficking, just to name a few. And while our budget has remained constant, our caseload has increased. From calendar year 2024 to 2025, we have had a 21% increase in investigations and a 33% increase in processing crime scenes. Across the board, our activity has increased, largely because we've been able to shift our focus back to proactively serving both our law enforcement partners and the citizens of this great state. So in order to continue our work and to keep supporting law enforcement partners, we need these valuable resources. The State Bureau of Investigation remains ready to serve and protect the state of North Carolina, and we are extremely grateful to be a part of Governor Stein's request. Thank you so much, and I'll turn it back over to our governor.
Thank you. We're happy to take questions at this time, and if you have questions for either SBI or Highway Patrol, just so declare. I don't think it was universally so. Maybe for some departments versus others, we took a holistic view of state government. But if the State House wants to put more money into public safety, I will say yes.
What do you make of this long range that only state capital has? What is the real world impact to taxpayers here in North Carolina? What will they see in their daily lives?
Right now, North Carolina is ranked 49th in starter trooper pay, 49th in correctional officer pay for starting officers. We're 43rd in teacher pay. We're 50th in the amount of what we invest on a per pupil basis based on our ability to pay. We are underfunding critical services, services that will educate the next generation, services that keep all of us safe, and it's unnecessary. If the General Assembly will come back and do their job, then they can make the critical investments that the people of North Carolina surely deserve. You want to take that one? It's just about recruitment and retention.
Say that one more time, please.
Just recruitment efforts, you mentioned the vacancies, the number of vacancies for troopers, just what you're doing to try to recruit, whether that's here in the Charlotte area or elsewhere around the state.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got recruiters that are here with us today. We are out in the communities trying to do our best to recruit, but you know, it's one of those things where other agencies are paying more money right now, so it's tougher out there than it was in the past.
Thanks everyone for being here. Thanks so much.